Welcome to Real English Podcast.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Brendy. And before we do anything else, please take just a quick second to like, subscribe, and share the Real English Podcast with your friends.
Yes, please do. And, right after that, I need to say this. It may sound fast right now, and that's completely fine. This is natural American speech. We'll go over it again later. For now, just relax.
That is perfect advice. Just relax, listen, and let the language flow. So, Annie, what are we diving into today?
Well, today we're focusing on something that is absolutely essential if you want to sound like a natural English speaker. We are talking about phrasal verbs.
Oh, wow. Phrasal verbs. I know that sounds like a really scary grammar rule to a lot of learners.
It really does sound scary, but please don't worry. A phrasal verb is honestly just a normal, everyday action word, like put or take, combined with a little direction word.
You mean little words like in, on, out, or up?
Exactly. You just take the verb and the little word, push them together, and they create a brand new meaning. Today, we're going to focus on two everyday favorites. We're going to master put on and take off.
Those are incredibly useful. I mean, we use those all day long.
We really do. And to understand them perfectly, we don't need a heavy grammar book. We just need to think about physical contact.
Right, physical space.
Yeah, so let's start with your morning routine. Think about getting out of bed and getting dressed. When you use the phrase put on, I want you to imagine making physical contact with your body.
Okay, I see. So the most obvious example is clothing. Like every morning you put on a shirt, you put on your pants.
Mm-hmm. And if it's cold outside, you put on your heavy winter jacket.
Right, but it's not just clothes, is it?
No, not at all. Anything that makes physical contact with your body works with this exact same rule. So, you might stand in front of the mirror and put on makeup.
Oh, right. Or you might put on some nice perfume. It touches your skin, so you put it on.
Exactly. The same rule applies to tiny accessories, too. You put on a watch, or you put on a ring on your finger.
What about glasses? Do you put on glasses?
You do, because the glasses make physical contact with your nose and your ears. You put on your reading glasses.
You know, Annie, this brings up a really common mistake. And it's actually a pretty funny image if you picture it in your head.
Oh, really? What mistake is that?
Well, a lot of learners confuse the phrasal verb put on with the regular verb wear. They think these two words mean the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah. That is a very common trap. How do you usually explain the difference, Brendy?
I always tell learners that put on is the action. It's the movement. It's just those short, maybe 5 seconds when you are physically moving the clothes onto your body.
Right. It's a quick action.
Exactly. But where is the state? It means the action is totally finished, the clothes are already sitting on your body, and they are staying there for a long time.
Okay. So I put on my running shoes at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the short action. But I wear my running shoes all day long.
Yes. That's why it sounds so ridiculous to a native speaker when a learner says, I'm putting on a jacket all day.
Oh my gosh, yes. That sounds like you are fighting with your jacket for 10 hours, just struggling to get your arms into the sleeves.
Exactly. It's a funny picture. So remember, put on is the short action. Where is the long state?
That makes it so much clearer. Let's practice this right now. Listeners, wherever you are, I want you to practice speaking out loud. Speak slowly and clearly. Repeat after me, I need to put on my jacket.
Take your time. Speak clearly.
I am wearing my jacket.
Notice how your lips naturally press together when you say the P input. You're doing great. So, now that we understand put on, let's look at the exact opposite idea.
Right, let's look at takeoff. Well, if put on means making contact, then takeoff means separating from your body. You are breaking the contact.
Okay, so imagine it's the end of a long day of work. You are so tired. The very first thing you do is separate your heavy shoes from your feet. You take off your shoes.
Perfect example. Or let's say you are wearing a very thick, warm winter jumper. You walk inside, the heater is on, and you suddenly feel very hot.
Yeah, you need to cool down.
Exactly. You need to separate that warm jumper from your body. You take off your jumper.
And just like the makeup example earlier, you take off your makeup before bed. You wash it away.
Yes. You separate the colors from your skin. So now we have this really strong visual image. On means contact. Off means separation.
But, English is a really creative language. How do these words stretch to fit situations that have absolutely nothing to do with clothes?
Oh, this is where the language gets really fun. Let's trace the logic. What happens when we apply that idea of separation to gravity? Think about a massive airplane on the runway.
Okay, I'm picturing the airplane.
When it's time to fly, the airplane moves incredibly fast. And at the perfect moment, the wheels separate from the ground. Because it separates from the earth, we say the airplane takes off.
Oh, wow. That is a beautiful connection. It breaks contact with the ground, so it takes off.
Right. And from airplanes, we get an even deeper idea. We use that same image for a business or a career.
Oh, like when a business suddenly gets very successful.
Exactly. Imagine a small business that feels stuck on the ground. But suddenly, they get hundreds of customers. The business is climbing fast, just like an airplane. We say their business has taken off.
I love how logical that is. And, we can also use take off to describe our relationship with work.
What do you mean, like resting?
Yeah. Let's say you want to separate yourself from your job for just 24 hours. You need a rest, you take a day off.
You take time off from work. That makes perfect sense.
Okay, so we have separation from the ground, separation from failure, and separation from work. But what about our other phase? How does put on expand?
Well, think about adding energy or power to something. Imagine you walk into your dark living room at night. You need to add power to the room, so you put on the light.
Or if the house is totally silent, you add sound. You put on some music.
Exactly. You are adding something to the environment. We also use put on when we talk about human emotions, especially when we are pretending.
Like faking an emotion.
Yeah. Let's say you are having a terrible morning, but you have to lead a big office meeting. You add a fake smile to your face. We say you are putting on a fake smile or putting on a brave face.
It isn't how you truly feel inside, but you add it to the outside. That happens to all of us. And there's one more common way we use put on regarding our bodies.
Oh, you mean with weight?
Yes. If a person eats a lot of delicious food over the holidays, they might notice their clothes feel tight. We say they are putting on weight. They added physical weight to their body.
These phrases really are everywhere. Let's put these ideas into a real-life context for our listeners. Brendy, let's do a quick role play so they can hear natural American banter.
Sounds great. Let's pretend I'm calling you on the phone. Ring, ring.
Mm.
Hey, Annie, sorry to call so late, but I'm taking a day off work tomorrow.
Oh, no, Brendy. Why are you taking a day off out of nowhere? Is everything okay?
Everything is amazing. I just really needed to call and tell you. My new online business is really taking off. We had 100 new customers this morning.
Oh, my goodness, that's wonderful. Well, you need to put on your favorite music, put on a huge smile, and just enjoy your success.
See? That's exactly how native speakers talk. We weave these little words into every single story.
We really do. Let's practice one of those sentences right now. Speak out loud with a strong voice. Repeat after me. My business has taken off.
Let the words flow together. Taken off.
You're doing a fantastic job. Now that we understand what these words mean, we really need to look at how to build clear sentences with them.
Yes, the grammar. The biggest question I always hear from English learners is about the word order. They ask me, Brendy, can we break these two words apart?
Like, can they put other words in the middle?
Exactly. Or do they always have to stay glued together?
Well, the answer is yes, you can absolutely break them apart. Many of these everyday phrasal verbs can be separated by the object you know, the thing you were talking about.
So if I'm wearing a warm sweater, I can say, I need to take off my jumper. The words taken off are right next to each other.
Right. But you can also legally say, I need to take my jumper off. You split the verb and you put the object right in the middle.
Both of those are perfectly correct. To really test this rule, let's introduce 3 other very useful everyday verbs. First, the verb let down.
Oh, that means to disappoint someone. Right, like you promised to help them, but you didn't show up.
Exactly. You let them down. Second, let's look at put off. If you put off a meeting, it means you delay it. You push it to next week.
And third, let's look at ring up. This is very common. To ring someone up just means to call them on the phone.
Okay, let's try separating these new verbs. You can say, please don't let your friends down. Or you can say, please don't let down your friends. Both are totally fine.
You can say, we need to put off the meeting, or we need to put the meeting off. Both are great.
But wait, here is where we find a very, very important exception. There is a golden rule in English that you simply must remember.
Yes, the rule completely changes if you replace the object with a pronoun.
Pronouns are those tiny replacement words like it, them, him, her, or me.
Exactly. If you use a little pronoun as your object, it must go in the middle. It has to go between the verb and the little direction word. You cannot ever put it at the end.
Let's look at ring up again. If you use the pronoun them to talk about your friends, you must say, I will ring them up.
You cannot say, I will ring up them. That sounds completely broken to a native ear.
Well, let's look at put on. If you are holding a winter hat and you call the hat it, you must say, I will put it on. You can never say, I will put on it.
It can be hard to remember all these rules. So a really great way to memorize this is to imagine the pronoun is a VIP, like a very important person, a famous celebrity.
I love this idea. So think of the main verb and the little direction word as two big, tough bodyguards.
Right. The verb put is bodyguard number 1. The word on is bodyguard number 2.
And the pronoun, it is the famous celebrity walking down the street. Because the celebrity is a VIP, they need maximum protection. So the celebrity always gets the safe middle seat between the bodyguards.
That's brilliant. The bodyguards stand on the outside, the VIP walks safely in the middle, put it on, take them off.
Because if you say put on it, the poor celebrity is left totally exposed at the end of the line. Protect the celebrity.
Let's practice this golden VIP rule. Remember to give the pronoun the center seat. Repeat after me. I turned it down.
Notice how the words link smoothly. Try this one.
Ling him up.
Excellent. Feel how natural that rhythm is. But wait a minute, Annie. I have a serious pushback question for you.
Oh, what is it?
Your VIP bodyguard rule makes perfect logical sense. But just yesterday, I heard someone say, project is moving too fast, I can't keep up with it.
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
Let's count the words. Keep up with it. That phrasal verb has 3 words. And the VIP celebrity is sitting all the way at the very end. Did that person break your golden rule?
That is a fantastic question, Brendy. But no, they didn't break the rule because they stepped into a totally different category.
A different category.
Yes. Some phrasal verbs have 3 parts instead of 2. They are usually built with a verb, plus an adverb, plus a preposition, and they have their own special rule.
So keep up with is a 3-part verb. If you keep up with people, it means you maintain an active connection with them, right?
Yeah.
Like reading their news on social media.
Exactly. You keep up with old friends from school, and when you are dealing with a 3-part verb, the rule is actually incredibly simple. You never separate the 3 words.
They stay glued together.
Permanently. The object, even if it is a VIP pronoun, always has to wait at the very end of the line. So we say, I keep up with people, or I keep up with them.
It's so interesting to compare that 3-part verb to a simple 2-part verb. Think about the phrase meet up.
Meet up means to see someone face to face, right, in the real world.
Exactly. Psychologists often say it is vital for our mental health to leave the house and meet up with people. So it's great to meet up in person, but it's also great to keep up with friends online.
That is a perfect comparison. And, since we are talking about exceptions, let's look at one final special rule before we wrap up.
Sure. What's the rule?
Sometimes a 2-word verb ends in a word that acts very strongly as a preposition. Words like by, with, or into. A beautiful example is the phrase stand by.
Oh, like to support someone. If you stand by someone, you support them loyally when times are difficult.
Exactly. And if a verb ends strongly in a preposition like by, the object always goes at the end, even if it is our VIP pronoun.
So the preposition refuses to be separated.
Right. It refuses. So we say, our good friends stand by us. We do not split the words and put us in the middle. We say, our friends stand by us.
Okay, let's practice these longer phrases. You are doing so well today. Keep your voice strong. Repeat after me. Send to meet up soon.
Great job. Try the next one.
I keep up with my friends.
You can really feel the bounce in that sentence. Well, we have covered a huge amount of ground today. Let's do a gentle, clear summary to help your brain organize everything.
Good idea. First, when you think of put on and take off, remember the physical images. On means making physical contact. You put on your shirt, you put on your glasses, you put on a brave smile.
And off means breaking contact or separation. You take off your heavy shoes, an airplane takes off from the runway, you take a day off from work.
Second, remember the grammar rules. You can separate many of these 2-word verbs, but if you use a small pronoun like it, them, or me, remember the VIP bodyguard rule.
The VIP pronoun always gets the safe middle seat. You put it on, you take it off.
And finally, if the verb has 3 parts like keep up with, those 3 words are glued together. The object, even a pronoun, always waits patiently at the very end of the line.
Learning English takes time, patience, and courage. You should be incredibly proud of yourself for practicing with us today. Mastering these little direction words is a massive step towards sounding like a natural, confident English speaker.
You are doing the hard work right now, and I promise you it will pay off. The next time you are getting dressed in the morning, I want you to actively think about today's lesson.
Yes. Look down at your shoes and say out loud, I am putting on my shoes. look right into the mirror and remind yourself that your English journey is truly taking off.
That is a brilliant way to practice. Connect the language right to your daily life. And please remind yourselves to like, subscribe, and share the Real English Podcast with your family and friends. Help us build a supportive community all over the globe.
And if you want to review today's lesson, I uploaded a free PDF summary in the description and in the comments. Feel free to download it and study at your own pace.